Welcome to the Own Your Power series, how to be a badass at training your body, mind, and soul to create the life and legacy of your dreams. I'm your host, Crystal Jackson, former pro athlete turned wife, mom, gym owner, and entrepreneur. Today we have expert guest Camilla Kristensian, all the way from Norway. She is a stylist, mentor, and author of 37 books and editor-in-chief for Spotlight magazine. Camilla's passion and mission is to help other women follow their dreams in their life and business and to manifest a life beyond their wildest dreams. In our interview, we talk about how she went from a fashion coach to teaching women to own their power and step into their true purpose and how their message really matters. She shares the gift of there being no competition in anything and everything we create and where the full abundance actually comes from. She believes you are free to change any area of your life because we have a choice in how we respond versus how we react. We find out the keys to manifesting everything you are committed to creating in your life. We talk about how and why not to hold back on your gifts to share with the world, and find out who she believes is the person that we get to listen to create the life of our dreams. Welcome everybody to the Own Your Power series, and I'm so excited. We have Camilla here. Camilla, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Crystal, for having me. I'm super excited to be part of your wonderful interview series.
Yes, tell us, where are you from? Where are you right now?
Yes, I'm from Norway, and right now is tons of snow outside. It's very cold. It's minus 7 Celsius degrees. So I've been out today in the snow. It's super cold. I actually prefer to be in a hot country like Spain, but I love Norway too because it's the land of, we can say, freedom. It's so wonderful, beautiful, and the land of the Northern Light. And we also have in the summer the midnight sun. So I'm very grateful to live in Norway because it's so fresh and clean. But with my lifestyle, I can travel whenever I want to. So yeah, what's next? Who knows?
I love it. Well, I love that here we are. It's 2019, and we can even make this happen. We can meet randomly. I randomly sent her an email. I was like, I have to interview this woman. Like, she is just I totally connected with you, just seeing pictures of you and reading about you. And here we are on a little screen being able to connect across the world. I just love it. So I'm so grateful that you're here today with me.
Yes, thank you. I feel the same, and I feel that the world is getting so much. You get so close to people, and you can connect with people all around the world. And I think that's wonderful with social media, because many people are speaking about how bad social media is. Yes, it can be, but actually, I think it's pretty good because you can build a business around doing what you love and work with clients from all around the world. Whatever you have an idea, you can make it into a business from your heart, from your soul, and connect with clients all over and share your powerful message and own your power like you are speaking about. So I think it's very, very good.
Thank you. And yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, back in the day, there was no way that we could do this, especially as a woman, because I know you're a mom of 2 and I'm a mom of 2 and have another beautiful baby on the way here. But like, we couldn't have done this back in the day. And it actually, partly set us apart of like the man having to go work and the woman stay home. And now we get to really create the and both lifestyle and have it all. And I know that's something that you're passionate about working with your clients is, your mission, what I remember reading was feeling confident and beautiful and really having people step into their power. So, tell us a little bit of your journey of how you got here today. Because I know you were in the corporate world. But what was the thing that made you go, like, there's something more in my life that I get to do?
Yes, that's a good question, because you can say my pathway has been a long way, because I started, as many people do, in regular jobs, corporate world, working there for 13 years before I quit the job. Yeah. So it started out after I got my first daughter, actually 12 years ago. I felt something inside myself. This is not what I'm meant to do. I'm not meant to sit at a desk at the office for 8 hours a day. Is this all there is? And I started to read self-help books. Mm-hmm. I started to watch Oprah on television, connected with people like that, the authors she had on the show. And I felt, oh, there are something I want to do, but what is it? So the first thing I felt connected to do was to start a fashion blog, because I saw Swedish fashion bloggers did amazing stuff in Sweden, and I thought that is what I want to do, because I am very creative. I love fashion, I love makeup. So that was the first thing I did, start a fashion blog. And I became the first stylist in town. And then I took my business online as you can say a fashion coach online. And after a while, when I quit my job in 2015, I felt that I just don't want to do styling, because it's so much more when it comes to women, how they can own their power, how they can step into doing what they feel called to do, a message they have, something they want to say. So I started coaching online and write books. I have written 37 books per now, and I love writing. So it's the connection with women, to empower them, to understand that if they have an idea, if they want to travel the world, live their laptop lifestyle, it's more than possible, and that their message matters. Because that can be hard for many women, that they think that the space are filled with online coaches and authors and speakers. Who am I to do this? But exactly that is why you should do it, because I feel there is no competition in the online space.
I've read that, and I definitely want to dive deeper into that, because there is no competition.
No.
When you can see that there's massive abundance everywhere.
Yes, and that's the thing when it comes to the mindset, when it comes to success, money, love, whatever, there is no lack. Everything comes from one source. So it's for us women to get closer to the source where we also can have it all if we want to. And I feel that it's not about how much money you are making, if you are wearing the right designer shoes. I love designer shoes, but it's not about that. It's about you being happy every single day. Today must be a happy day, and tomorrow. And of course, we are not happy all the time, but we can come back to feeling happy, because happiness, I feel, is a choice. But if you are not happy in your everyday life, if you're going to a 9-to-5 job that you hate, I suggest that you do something about it, because I started out on the side of my 9-to-5 job. And if I can do it, women have the power inside themselves to do it and step it up. And yeah.
And you had 2 kids too.
Yes.
So it's not like you were just, okay, cool, full-time job, I come home and you're off, right? Full-time job, or mom of 2 kids, and starting your business.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And but I was very focused on the time I had, because it's a choice. You have to make a choice, and you have to sacrifice something. But the sacrifice for me I was not going to sacrifice time with the kids. So when my kids went to bed in the evening, I started to work on my business. And I said to myself, it's enough 3 hours each evening. And sometimes it was maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. But I was focused on building the business, looking into the future, and understand that if I could sacrifice taking time out from not watching television shows or Netflix or whatever, I could write books, I could make online courses, I could connect with people, create offerings, and share my message. So it comes down to a decision. Do you want that more, your freedom to be happy, or do you just want to stay safe and sound where you are today?
Safe and sound sounds great, but it's not enough. It's not. I mean, so we own a gym, and my training is more of to push yourself physically to see what you're made of in your entire life, right? It's life outside of the comfort zone. There's the quote, life begins outside of the comfort zone. But it's really, that's what it's about in every single area of your life, not just in training, not just in business, but everything, right? Taking that risk of something that you deeply desire and are committed to, and making it happen versus, I think of the word wanting as like you're kind of just wishing things will happen for you, versus being committed and taking the action to make it happen.
Definitely. I totally agree with you in all areas, because you can change all areas when you are stepping into that power you have. You can understand that you are powerful in any areas, when it comes to being a good mother, when it comes to building your business, when it comes to taking care of your family, taking care of your health, your fitness. And for me, it's easy because I decide how much time I want to do things. When it comes to the fitness, I work out very fast, and I take evening walks, and I set aside time for those things that matters. But of course, I'm not perfect. No one is perfect, and there could be times when it's hard to manage things when you have all these things going on with family stuff. But that's called life, when we have a choice on how we can respond to the world. Instead of reacting, we can think a little bit and respond in the way we will feel more confident after.
There's so many ways I could go with this, because I love the power of choice. I'm a huge advocate of it. And I think a lot of us get in the victim mentality of, oh, I don't have a choice. We can go that way. There's the not enough syndrome that we do get to talk about. But I want to come back to being the only person you really get to compete against. The only person you get to compete against is yourself, and dive a little bit deeper into that, because as a former pro athlete, like, I'm super competitive. And one of the many blessings that I learned while being pregnant here is actually to fully let go of being competitive. And that's been really hard. But seriously, I mean, we've talked about this before, when your baby was coming, you had all these ideas, and it's like this new idea of not competing. But how do we just compete with ourselves and not look at the outside world and compare ourselves to others?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and a very good thing to talk about, because we can see it a lot, especially in the online space, where women are competing, trying out this strategy, and this time is maybe how to be on Instagram, get many likes and get many followers, and then you have to have a Facebook ad that is running. Am I better than her? She has more followers. Who am I? So the way to understand that there is no competition is first of all understand that there is no lack mentality. It's enough for everyone, enough clients, enough money, enough success. And then you have to actually tune within and trust in yourself, in your own power. And the way I feel to do it is I used to journal every morning. And whatever comes out in the journal, I very often journal from, you can say, my higher self. I get guidance on what I need to do, what my next action step, or you can say it's from my soul, higher guidance, whatever. And another thing is to meditate, to really tune within. And it's super important to do this, because so many of us are so caught up in our own head and what we need to do. The to-do list is endless. We think we need to focus on so many strategies, but we miss out on actually listening within to the one person that knows the answer to what we really need to do, what we want to do. And if you tune within and you ask yourself, how do I want my life to be? Where do I see myself? What do I want to create? Because the strategy is actually inside yourself. And people are trying out so many strategies and buying many online courses. And some have, of course, you can join the dots and cross the T's and I's and everything. Yes, you can build a business that way, but it's a hard way to do it when there is an easier way. And I say it easier, but then again, it can be hard to actually be quiet, listen within, and trust.
Yeah,
trust
I
yourself.
think people's biggest thing is not trusting themselves. But I love that you say that. It's really about looking within. You don't have to, yes, there's gonna be people that have the strategies, but also like your heart will always give you the answer on what is the next best step. So my husband and I have challenged each other that every decision we make is through our heart and intuition versus what the logical, right?
Yeah.
The logical mind says, or, you know, making a money decision based off your heart, not based off what is actually in your bank account, and following your true inner intuition and trusting yourself. It's been amazing. It's been transformational for us both to do it together as well.
I love that, and I really use that strategy, you can say, myself, and tune within and ask myself, what's the next step for me to do, and ask my soul, what do I feel guided to do, and do things just because I want to, not because of the strategy or the money, whatever. And I feel happy about how my business is built and how my life is, and everything flows, and it's easy to to have it this way instead of trying to follow the steps. But of course we can fall into the trap sometimes, but I quickly fall out of the trap.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what do you recommend for people, you know, who have this vision and dream inside of them? And I know this is something that you really work with your clients with, and that, like, what is their first step for them to take?
Well, it depends on where they are on their journey. But if you just have a big vision and you have a big dream, I would say that you start to share that with messaging. And messaging could be, you can start a blog, you can write a blog post, you can do Facebook Live, you can do Instagram Live, or you can post on Facebook, small posts, or do quotes. And the way I do it, how I have built my business, is through blogging and through videos, and people have found me and connect with me, and that's how I attract clients too. So it's with your messaging, and when you are starting to have some followers, you can be on more platforms, and the more platforms you are on, the more people will find you. And I understand that some people think that it's so hard, so much work. Well, in the beginning it will take some hard work, but then again, I would say I don't work a single day in my life because I love what I do. So it's hard for me to explain how much I am working, because I feel everything I do is from my soul and my heart, and I love everything. So for you, if you love what you do, you can start with the messaging, you can start with growing some followers, whatever platform. You pick one or two and build that first, and then you can be on different platforms. And then you actually must have something to sell. So if you don't have something to sell, that will not be a business. So think about, what is it that you want to sell so you can grow your business. It could be ebooks, it could be online programs, coaching, VIP days, events, whatever, physical products too. That's totally up to you. But to connect all the dots is that you do something that you feel called to do. You have a strong message, you look into the future, the vision, you know where you're going, and you're focused on those action steps every single day that will take you to your final destination, to your goal.
Well, I'll add to that a couple months ago, I started doing a daily Facebook Live because I wanted to get clear with my message. I was like, what is it exactly that I'm trying to like get out, right? And so I've been doing a daily Facebook Live. I mean, it's been, I think, 3.5 months now, and I love it. It's so empowering. It's fun. I mean, people might be sitting here going, oh my God, that sounds so scary, but it was out of the comfort zone. And more importantly, it was like Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, like talk about a time conversation, right? When you're talking about like, it can be hard and it's a lot. I was like, not sure if I wanted to commit to having that thing every single day. And then it's become so much fun. But also on the other side of that, when you say have something to sell, like, hope everybody hears that you're offering this, like you've offered your services for your clients with everything you just said, private VIP days, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, you know, whatever, because you love what you do and it's your gift to give back to the world. A lot of people get funny around money when it's like, that's an energy exchange and you're sharing your gifts to receive money as well.
Definitely. And I feel many women struggle a little bit when it comes to charging what they are worthy. putting out offerings out there, launch stuff. Often I can launch every week if I want to, it's no problem, because I have so many ideas. And that's something you can force yourself to become an idea killer machine. So for your viewers now that wants to build a business and wants to have product services, come up with 10 ideas. They don't have to be fantastic ideas. Write down 10 ideas. Don't stop until you have number 10. And then look over the list. You must have one great idea there. And then you set it, you put it alive. You set it out there into the world. And you can do that in a day, immediately. There's nothing to wait for. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you're waiting for perfect, it will never happen. Trust me. Just do it. And if you start to doing this idea muscle over and over each week, tune within what you want to do, what feels good for me to sell, and what will be wonderful for my clients too. So it's a win-win situation. And then when you try it out, and if it doesn't work out, you try again, because that is how it is. You have to try things out in the beginning. And if it doesn't sell, it doesn't matter. You know that you are an idea killer machine. You can come up with a new idea, pick yourself up again, a new idea is out there. So for women that are thinking that they need to launch in 3 months, or it has to take half a year, I don't understand it, because you can launch in a week or 2 weeks, in a day, like I say, because it doesn't have to be perfect. It just have to come from your heart and your soul, that this is important for you to get out of you, and it's important for your people out there that need this message, product, whatever, to and if you're holding back on that, they can't buy it from you. If there is no product services on your website, or if you are not selling something, you're holding back on your powerful gifts, and that is a shame, actually.
I love that you said that, because I say this a lot, like you're actually doing a disservice to everybody in the world that, I don't like the word need, but like they get to have your services because they're actually praying for you, right? They're praying for an answer from God, universe, spirit, and you are the answer if you can see the power within you and you actually just put it out there. So thank you for sharing that. So let's talk about manifesting, because I know you're big into manifesting. What are some key things for people to start manifesting the life that they want? Like maybe they're in a position where they have a 9-to-5 and they have this deeper desire, knowing that there's something bigger and better for them. How can we start the manifesting process of whatever they are committed to creating in their life?
Great question. The way I did it, this actually works, because when I think back on my corporate days and sitting at my desk, I was actually thinking that when I'm sitting down at the desk in the office, I was thinking that I am now sitting at home working at my laptop, or I'm working in Paris or Milan or London. That was a dream for me. So to manifest is to step into the feeling like you are already there. You must trick your brain to think that you are already there. And then, of course, you look into the real world and you don't see it. You must still trust that you are there. And of course, you need to take action steps. But if you visualize yourself and you step into that powerful feeling, because it all depends on the vibration you have, that you are vibrating to freedom, to living, get out of the office. You must think that you are not sitting at your office, that you are sitting wherever you want to sit, doing what you want to do. And the quicker it will happen is when you just decide that this has already happened, and you visualize. And you use this technique. You can use it morning and at night too. Very powerful. Before you go to sleep is very powerful, to see yourself as the person you want to be. So that's the most powerful technique I can share. But it is the feeling. You have to feel that you are abundant or loved or whatever you want to manifest into your life. And I really love big teachers like Bob Proctor. The Secret was a very good movie, but Bob Proctor is, yeah, I really love his teaching. And Wayne Dyer, his books is amazing. And Louise Hay's books, I know you also love. Yeah, You Can Heal Your Life is amazing, amazing book, because those teaching are so profound and old teaching, and you can always go back to those things, because it comes down to what you are attracting, because you are attracting something into your life in this second, and it comes down to the thoughts you are thinking.
I 100% agree. And one of the things I talk about a lot is fueling your mindset. You know, we get to strengthen our body to be strong on the inside and out, but also what are you feeding your brain? So what books are you reading? Are you reading Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay? I mean, absolutely loved her. I interviewed another lady and I said to her, I was like, you remind me, you have like a piece of Louise in you. Like she's amazing. And it's just powerful. Those are the people that are inspiring you and changing your life on a daily basis, even if they aren't your coach, you know, but we can like take that in and utilize it every single day. And it really helps you level up to the next level of what you want to create in your life.
Definitely. And I feel like you're going to the gym and working out. You also need to work out on your mindset, your success mindset. Work on your brain every single day and you will change. Your life will change. It's amazing how good it is to take time out to really work on your success mindset, because you deserve it, and you deserve all the success that is in this world, and it's enough for every woman out there listening to this interview.
Well, don't you believe that the stronger we are up here, the actually easier it is to listen to our heart? Because this is the thing, the monkey brain that will distract us on a daily basis, that will come in and say, oh, well, you're not good enough. Who are you to do this? You don't have enough time, right? I know time is a big one, or you don't have the money. And it's like, we get to get like really mentally strong up here so we can let, I call it God's whispers, but God, universe, spirit, whoever it is for each person, to actually give us the calling and listen. The other thing is being quiet and listen to hear it, right?
Yes, definitely. I totally agree with you on that. It's so important to understand that everything comes from your heart, from your soul. But if you never quiet the monkey brain, you will never get to listen to the voice inside yourself that are whispering to you. It's not a loud voice. The monkey mind is a loud voice that tells you how to do it, don't have money, don't have time, whatever. But if you really listen to that little whisper inside yourself, magic can happen in your life.
So what are your things that you do on a daily basis that get you to listen to your heart and soul? What are the things for you that are your rituals, your daily rituals, or maybe weekly rituals?
I have daily rituals, and it's something I feel so good about when I'm doing. And in the morning, I start with some journaling, and I do some affirmation that I write down, because I understand that you can write your dreams into reality. I have actually written a book about that too. But it's when I look back in my journals for maybe 4, 5, 10 years ago, everything that I have written out has happened up until now. So if things are hard in my life, if something is going on, I feel it's not happening, I ask myself, well, Camilla, everything has happened up until now. So it's just for you to keep going and write down those things that you want to see happening. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to quiet my monkey brain, my monkey mind, and do some meditation. And I love one meditation that I actually just have on YouTube by Wayne Dyer. It's a I am meditation. It's a silent meditation with some beautiful sounds. It's for 20 minutes. So I do that, and then I have my own technique on how I can access my higher self, get guidance for today, what's my next step to do, but just tune within and listen and quiet my mind. And I feel it's like I have taken a fresh shower. After you have done that meditation, you just feel, you can never get out of a meditation and feel bad. You always will feel better. So it's so good to do that. But also other things for me is to do my daily blog. and I send it out to my newsletter list and to share it all over the place. But it's, what can I say? It's I listen within and I ask, what's the message today, Camilla? And then I just write it, let it flow. It's not long blog post. And I also write on my books because that's important for me. And sometimes I also do Facebook live stream. I try to do 3 times a week. It's not that often I can do, but it's to share my message, share from my soul every single day. And yeah, that's very good because I feel that I can share my message and other women can listen and understand that they are powerful, they can do this. We are so many women in the world, and I believe that women will change the world for the better. And the more women that are waking up, taking their power back, the better the world will be. So so I think what you are doing here with the interview series is fantastic, and it's really needed.
Thank you. It was one of those things where I was falling asleep. Both my boys had fallen asleep. My husband's asleep. It was quiet in our house. And this is when I say God's whisper. It was like, here's your title. Here's your tagline. Just go do it. And I'm like, I'm pregnant, or, you know, you have the monkey brain came in and it was like, shut all that down. Like, okay, 36 and a half weeks right now in this moment of this interview, and I'll be further along when it goes live. And it was a must. It was something that was, I couldn't not do it. And all the reasons, this is a tip I learned that I'll share with everybody. I learned from a good friend of mine that all the reasons why I didn't want to do this, time, conversation, it's a lot of work, whatever, is all the reasons that I get to do it. And I'm so grateful. Like, it brings me together with other powerful women across the world. And it brings so much joy to me. And the other thing I was going to add was, I know I feel whole and complete when I've played with my kids. So I've given to my kids, given to my husband. Let me back up. Given to myself and prayed. Those are like my 2 things that, time for me each day in prayer with God. And then give to my children, my husband, and also give my purpose and gift to the world. It's like my day. It's like the best day ever. So I'm committed for everybody to have that opportunity and train and my workout, because that's fuels me big time. But
yes, it's amazing, it's wonderful, and I can agree with you on all those things. Connect with the children daily, and I work out too. I love working out, getting out in nature, and share my soul's message to the world and get paid for it. Super. Oh my God, it's so fantastic. And thank you so much for doing this interview series. I think it's really needed.
Well, I do have a couple more questions. One, I want to know, what is the #1 book that people absolutely must read? It can be one of yours. It can be any book. Like, what is a must read for you that's like in your, it could be 1 or 2 if you have more than 1, but like, what are the things that really could change someone's life if they decided to read this book?
I think a book I read not recently was Turning Pro by Steven Pressfield.
I love that book.
That is so really, it can really click, because then if you understand that you have to turn pro in every areas of your life, don't be a amateur anymore. But another book that I highly recommend for everyone to read is also Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. It's amazing. And Gabby Bernstein's book, The Universe Has Your Back, is also a very good book, because the universe actually has your back and it's there for you. And but you have the power to create your dream life. If you understand that you attract everything, and if you take full responsibility for everything that is happening in your life, you can create a magnificent, wonderful life. So yeah, I would recommend those books.
I have read 2 out of the 3 and highly recommend both of those as well. You Can Heal Your Life was the first personal development book that I read with Louise Hay, and absolutely love her. And Turning Pro, one of the best things I loved out of that book was when you're doing a job that is easy for you, it's actually I can't remember right now, of course, I'm like blanking on it, and you might remember, but it's basically the job that you'll do to keep yourself small, because it's, you know what I mean? Versus being an amateur, versus being pro and going for the big vision and dream that scares you. Gosh, I can't remember what it was called, but that's okay.
Yeah, but that's, yeah, it's very good. Yeah, because you have to actually look at your life and in any area, especially if you really want to, let's say you want to start a business, you want to go for your powerful dreams, you have to actually turn pro to do that, and your big dreams, go for them. Don't stay small, don't stay like an amateur anymore, because you deserve it. And only in that way can you really step into the world and share the light and share, be a light worker, like I say to many of my clients. And because as a light worker, you need to understand that you don't need to find clients. You just stand there and you are the light, and the right people will be drawn to the light. So yeah, it's enough for everyone, client success. So don't hold back on your gifts anymore.
Thank you. Well, I know you have a free gift to share with everybody. Tell us a little bit about your free gift.
Yes, I do. I have a free training on how women can step into their power and create their own freedom laptop lifestyle. So go grab that gift if you want to get tons of free trainings and advice and tips from me on how I did it, because I'm a mother, I have kids, and I did start out on the side of my 9-to-5 job, but yeah, I'm 4 years in now, still going strong full-time in business. Yeah. So it's more than possible for women to make it too.
And who wouldn't want to travel to Paris or Milan or wherever and still have their laptop and work? I mean, come on, that sounds amazing. So everybody, you guys, it's a must to take her up on this opportunity to get this free gift, and it's for you. So I like to say it's the first step in saying yes to yourself. This is someone that's giving something, an opportunity to you, and go and receive it because you're worth it. And Camilla, I just want to finish off with one last question. What do you believe are the 1 to 3 keys to really owning your power to help empower these other women? Like, what are the 1 or 3 things that really stand out to you to own your power?
To own your power, you have to believe in yourself, and confidence is a choice. You can choose to believe in yourself. Even if no one believes in you, you can believe in yourself. And step number 2 is to take action, even if you feel scared. Even if you don't feel pretty enough, if you feel that you are old, and maybe you feel that you're too young, take action anyway. Because when you take action, you are bold and you are doing something about it. And step 3 is to just launch something that you want to do. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's an online course, maybe it's a live event, whatever. Feel into your soul, your heart, and ask, what is my message to the world? And create something about it. And you can create a wonderful business around your message.
Camilla, thank you so much for today. And I just want to take a minute to acknowledge you and say thank you for being the light for thousands and millions of women to step up and rise up together to live out their true passion. So thank you for being who you are, and thank you for sharing your gifts with us today.
Thank you, Crystal, for having me. It has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me in the Own Your Power series, How to Be a Badass at Training Your Body, Mind, and Soul to Create the Life and Legacy of Your Dreams. Stay tuned as we have another episode tomorrow to empower you to strengthen your body, mind, and soul to achieve anything and everything you are committed to in your life. And share the love by forwarding this to someone who you know that this would make an impact for. All right, I'll see you guys back tomorrow.